For decades, Florida has led the country in increasing gun accessibility, and today, according to Governor Rick Scott, it could begin leading in limiting that access.
The governor signed the gun and school safety bill written and passed by lawmakers in the wake of the Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School shooting. It was a bill built on compromise.
I want to point out that this is a far different way of operating than the typical inefficiency we see from the federal government in Washington. Politics in D.C. seems to always get in the way of actually enacting measures that will help American families. Today should serve as an example to the entire country that government can and must move fast.
These are the faces of the victims of the Stoneman Douglas High School shooting, and before the signing of the bill, Governor Scott met with their families.
News Channel 5's Alex Hagan is the only local reporter in Tallahassee, and he reports for us tonight.
Governor Rick Scott signed this legislation after meeting with some of the victims' families. And while he does not support everything in this bill, he says we all needed to come together and find a solution. At the state capitol, Governor Scott signs a historic, sweeping gun school safety bill.
I called on the legislature to give me a bill that will allow us to make our schools far safer, allowing for a much greater law enforcement presence and for hardening our school buildings. This bill does that. I asked for a bill which would ban bump stocks and raise the age to purchase a gun from 18 to 21. And this bill does that.
It was 2 weeks ago he announced his action plan in the wake of the Parkland shooting in meeting with dozens of students from Marjory Stoneman Douglas High. Lawmakers debated the bill this week. It reached Scott's desk and now it will be law. However, he still does not support arming teachers despite signing the legislation.
While this bill was significantly changed on this topic, I am still not persuaded. I am glad, however, that the plan in this bill is not mandatory.
Scott signed the bill with several of the victims' families standing next to him, all of them in support, now looking towards other states.
We're going to work on moving forward and hitting every other state to make sure they follow the lead of Florida.
We call on more states to follow Florida's lead and create meaningful legislation to make all schools safer. This time must be different.
Now, Governor Scott says whatever money is not used for that Guardian program or arming teachers will go towards more law enforcement officers. In Tallahassee, Alex Hagan, WPTV News Channel 5.